So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and it's time for another old school versus new school. So in today's old school versus new school, I have the plain Jane. This is a remastered one. I left my super old one at home because I knew I had this one here. So we're gonna put this up against the new, what is this? Paint Me Chrome palette from Playing Makeup by Yolondo. So this one is from Adept and this one is from Playing Makeup by Yolondo. So let's get talking about it, girl, because y'all know me, I talk entirely too long, and we gotta, you know, get to the business. So this is what she looks like on the inside. I guess I'll show you what both of them look like on the inside at the same time so you can see why they're together. I feel like they have a lot of the same like shimmers and a somewhat similar color story to them, so that's why I want to use these in particular. I am going to use the Black Owned Brand colorful palette as well for the mattes in this video. So we will be using my none other than, I feel like you should already know, it's my Color Brand Vivid Pressed Pigments and Shadows palette. Honey, y'all know I love this palette so much. This was my first ever matte rainbow palette, so honey, we will be using this with all these lovely colors in it. Now let's talk about the shimmer palette. So I have the Plain Jane Remastered palette. I like the original better than this. I'm not gonna front. I feel like the shimmers are a little bit looser in that one. They all look the same on the eye. I just, you know, I kind of like the classic, so I'm not necessarily crazy about this one. But this is the first palette I think this is the second palette I bought from the brand, even though this was the first palette that everybody was intrigued by, and how I found out about it through this palette. I love Ninhydrin. Y'all know Ninhydrin is my baby. Ninhydrin is everything. I like the Minka palette as well, and then I like the new Arrow and Seahorse. Arrow Inspired and Seahorse palettes she came out with. So the brand has a lot of shimmer palettes. Her brand is mainly known for having shimmer palettes, not necessarily mattes. She did do an all matte or a majority matte palette recently. It was the mystery box. I think it's a Lacanza palette. I hope I said that right, but I love the shimmers from this brand. I love this brand as a whole, and I am so glad that I got my hand. I'm so glad that I found out about this brand. I found out, of course, my girl Karen Harris. If you need a code for Adept Cosmetics, you can use code Cage Makeup. I'm pretty sure Karen has a code with the brand. I don't know if it's affiliated or not, so I don't know if she gets a commission off or not. That's something you have to check in the description box of her videos if you're interested. But I know she has a code for this brand because I usually use her code when I buy my Adept stuff. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the brand. I love the multi-chromes and the different shifts and shades that she picks when it comes to the shimmers in her palettes. That's one thing I love about the brand for sure. Now I'm getting into this Playing Makeup by Yolondo palette, the Paint Me Chrome palette. Now I don't use Playing Makeup by Yolondo too often. Like I told y'all in past videos, like I like the brand, I like to use their stuff, but a lot of times when I make videos from the brand, like you all have a tendency to not necessarily want to, you know, y'all don't want to necessarily watch the videos as much, but some of y'all told me you'd actually be interested in me making more videos, so that's another reason I'm making this video. Aside from the fact I want to see if these shimmers really are truly the same as ones from Adept Cosmetics. I think it'd be great to have a Black Owned Brand where you can go buy yourself some good old dual chromes and multi chromes, because a lot of times Adept is sold out, and I feel like Playing Makeup by Yolondo doesn't sell out as quickly, or she restocks sooner, because I know it takes Adept a while to restock sometimes, and I feel like Playing Makeup by Yolondo restocks sooner. So I'm just trying to help y'all have alternatives to stuff if you want to have similar looks and whatnot, where you can get you know, the product faster. Aside from the fact I feel like Playing Makeup by Yolondo has a lot of good sales a lot of the time, so I think I got this palette for like 50% off or something. So she always has decent sales too, so in addition to great quality products, you can get a really good deal on the products. And I know Adept is kind of pricey too, even with an influencer discount. I think it's only 10 or 15% off, whereas you can get this one for 50% off, and it's the same. And if it's the same multi-chromes, honey, you got yourself a bargain. So that's another reason I wanted to show off this one. Plus, like I said, I like the brand. I just feel like you all aren't necessarily always receptive to me using the brand. But since you said you are, I figured we'd try another video and see how it go, girl. So zoom in real quick and cute. Like, I should have used the new Playing Makeup by Yolondo Matte 2 palette again. Matter of fact, we're going to use that instead because it's in the bag back there behind me. I just showed this one because I love using this palette, but we're going to try that one out because I only used it one time in the video. I actually used this palette in the first time, so we'll use both of those again. I'll come back with the Plain Jane I already done, since this is the older palette, and then we can play with the Playing Makeup by Yolondo on camera. So I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay, y'all, so this is the eye I came up with. So this is the Adept part done. It actually turned out really nice. I didn't expect these colors to go together so well. It looks so cool, but you know, I was like, we just gonna try to wing a weird look, and it actually turned out better than I expected. How about that? So these are the shades I ended up using. As you can see, all of them actually look pretty similar to one another. Like the Plain in Makeup by Yolando one right here is a little bit deeper, but these two look exactly the same, and the Plain in Makeup by Yolando is a little bit deeper in this one as well. But I feel like a lot of the shifts in the glitter reflex look the same. Now I did layer 2 shades. I've layered 1 shade on top of each one of these to get the look that we have now. So I'm gonna show you what we took out of the Plain Jane palette, and then I'll show you as we're doing the look with the Plain in Makeup by Yolando palette, which one we used. So with the Adept palette, I used this shade right here to start off with, that one right there, and then I layered this one on top of it, and that's how you got that first shade up here, this one right here. Then I took the reddish green shade. Y'all saw when I lifted up the palettes originally that there was the same shade in Plain in Makeup by Yolando's palette, so that one was obvious to use. The last one I used was this one right here, because y'all know I love a bluish purple shifting moment, and I just love that shade. So that's what's going on in our inner corner. So the first one is Adept, and then this one's Plain in Makeup by Yolando, or PIMBY, Adept, PIMBY, Adept, PIMBY. So as you can see, like I said, the shades look really pretty spot on. It's just it has a deeper black base in this Plain in Makeup by Yolando. So now I'll show you which ones I use in here. So I actually layered these 2 shades to get the PIMBY shade. I used this shade as the PIMBY shade for the inner corner. And of course, this is what I was telling y'all about in the beginning. As you can see, this one has more of a red base than the one from the Adept palette, but they both have this green sparkling shift to it. So this is toward the front of the eye. These 2 are on the majority of the eye, and then this is our inner corner shade. So without further ado, now let me put in some glitter glue. Y'all, I'm loving this matte palette. I love the weird color combinations I always get out of it whenever I use it. That's why I like using this. I think it's gonna be another one of my favorite go-to matte palettes to go with all my shimmer palettes, just because it has fun, funky, weird colors to it, and I'm here for it. Then y'all know I had to do a colorful eyeliner, because lately I'm just really into colorful eyeliners. I feel like it gives my crazy colorful looks a extra pop, because since I do a lot of like the same techniques when it comes to it, I try to find ways to make it pop and interesting, because a lot of the time, y'all, and I've heard other creators talk about this too. Like I was talking to my girl Dionluvsmakeup about it. What is it, Tina the Fancy Face was talking about in her video she posted today about how she tired of it. So I'm like, okay, so it's not just me, everybody tired, y'all. We tired from coming in from work and trying to make videos. So that's what she was talking about. She was like, she has to make herself film. I'm like, child, I'm like, honey, if you don't preach this sermon, like Auntie Tina, if you don't preach this sermon, honey, I'd be tired. Like, I'm tired right now, but the difference is I filmed 2 videos before I went to bed when I got off work, so then that way I wouldn't feel bad if I didn't film anything today. But I pushed myself and made myself get up and film this, but it took a while, because I didn't get up to like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I like sat around, and it's like literally like 9:30, and I'm just filming my first video of the night. But this is the only eye look I'm doing tonight. I have commentary videos I plan on doing later on tonight. So I'm gonna finally film my new makeup releases that I said I was gonna film like a month ago. Don't judge me. I told y'all I don't even be feeling like filming this or any content for that matter, but I push through and keep filming it anyway, because none of it's not something I don't love to do. It's just like, you know how sometimes you be like, I don't have the energy to do it. And I've been taking what do you call them, vitamin D vitamins to help myself get more energy in order to do stuff. But it's like I feel like the energy just lasts for when I'm at work, and then when I get off, which is like my 8-hour shift, I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to. Actually, no, I feel like the days I don't take the vitamin C is when I feel like I don't want to. So now I'm just take the shade that I was supposed to put on top and put it on top of here. But yeah, so I've just be feeling like, y'all, it's such a struggle for us to film lately, but I'm like, I'm just pushing through. We just keep pushing through and keep going ahead on, because you know, you can't not, because I feel like if I stop, then I'm gonna get in the routine of being okay with stopping. And it's like when something new pop up and I need to film, I'm gonna be like being lazy, like, no, I don't want to. So that's why I make myself push ahead and push on, because I feel like it's just a temporary thing. I'm gonna take that greenish shade and I'm putting it in the front now. This one is a little more pigmented than the one in Adept, I feel like, because I feel like you're seeing this one so much clearer than you are that one. I feel like that one's kind of subtle, and this one's just like, bam, pow, look at the green, look at the gold, look at me. I mean, sorry, not gold, red, look at me, like, look at me, ta-da, look at me. So I feel like it definitely has a little more pigment to it, but since it had a more pigmented undertone to it, or base to it, if you will, I feel like that's why it's giving more pizzazz, but you know, it's cute or whatever. I'm gonna go over it with the other shade again, just to kind of blend the shades together a little bit better. So I just took the second shade and put it back on top again. So I took this shade and put it on top of this shade right here, just kind of blend them at the edges where they start on the eye, so it won't be as obvious. I mean, still gonna be obvious, but y'all know what I mean. So that's pretty much it for the shimmers. Y'all know I'm gonna go back in the crease and dust that in a little bit, and then we're gonna go back and do the outer V shades. I combined 2 outer V shades. I was shocked at how pigmented this green was on my skin tone, but I have to remind myself, like, this ain't like ColourPop or like, you know, some other brand. This is a black owned brand, so she knows she best put the pigment in if, you know, it's so showable on anybody who looks like her. So but since I don't get to play with her palettes that often, I had forgot like it was gonna be pigmented, like she was not playing these games with me. Anyway, I've just combined the 2 matte shades I use. I use the 2 darkest, like purplish, bluish purple shades in here, and that's what we're rubbing on out of you right now, honey. So just rub it on that. I'm gonna do the blue eyeliner off camera, of course, and then take my look at me, I think I'm sexy pictures, and then you'll see this eye look in a couple of other videos in the future, because I'm filming a brands that stood the test of time video, and I'm filming one other video. I'm trying to decide if we should put them in the lower lash line, because I don't plan on doing any other eye looks tonight. So I'm like, since I don't plan on it, we could probably just, you know, throw some in there under there real quick and cute, like, you know. And I'm thinking blue, because we have blue on the you know, we have blue as the eyeliner, so I feel like blue would just be, you know, appropriate. Where's my pencil brush? I think we are gonna do that. I swore I had pulled it out because I was thinking about doing it, and then in my comparison, yeah, it fell to the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I'm thinking I want to take this shade. So I mixed these 2 dark shades down here together for the outer B. This is our crease shade, and I kind of want to run this on the lower lash line. I'm wondering how well that's gonna go though, because, you know. Okay, she's giving us pigment. Again, I keep acting like I'm surprised, but again, because I don't use them that often, I'm always like, whoa. It's like, why are you acting like you're surprised and this is a whoa moment? This is not a whoa moment. This is a Plain Makeup by Yolando palette. Get your life. I feel like this is such a unique and weird and fun look though. Like, I'm gonna have to recreate this and actually, you know, get some sunlight action with it, because honey is definitely giving. Maybe I'll wear this to work Sunday, so that way I can get a cute thumbnail for y'all, because honey, it's giving. It's giving. It's giving. I'm here for it. It's giving. The beat is giving. Everything is just giving today. And I'm here for it. It's the whole vibe moment, okay? So we'll take this shade on the other side now. And then I'll put the inner corner in. And then we'll talk about some thoughts, girl. Because I'm still trying to get my thoughts together. Which is why I was like, yeah, let's put some on the lower lash line. Like, stall for time. Stall for time. I don't know which one to pick. Stall for time. And low-key sad part is I'm not even joking. Like, when we're like, stall for time. Take 5 minutes to rub this underneath your eyes. It doesn't take that long, but take that long. I like when there's battles like this, where I like have to take time to really think, because that means like both products are quality products, and even when I recommend to you, I definitely like because it was hard for me to just make a decision in the video alone. Although I feel like the Plain Makeup by Yolando was giving more sparkle, whereas the Adept is giving more like metallic foily lid. So it's like metallic foily lid. I feel like you like Adept more, and I feel like if you like more sparkly glittery situations, then you'll like the Plain Makeup by Yolando more. So that's just a random side note. I think I'm gonna put some in the waterline too, y'all. I feel like we just gonna be real extra, just go real big, y'all. Cause why not? Why not? It's here, you're here, everyone's here, y'all know the drill. So this is pretty much it. This is Plain Makeup by Yolando, and this is Yep. Let's put some in the waterline, and let's talk about how I feel, girl, because I got feelings. You know, I got all these feelings. Let me stop. I'm gonna just take this one from Essence. It's called, what's the name of this? I'm pretty sure they don't make this anymore, but it's called Feel the Maritime. But I think it'll go appropriate with this look. And it'll match what we put on the lower lash line quite nicely because it's blue. So I'm like, we're gonna go with it this one. Y'all swatch on my hand so you can get an idea of what the color looks like. Because it's somewhat close to the color we have, but it gives more like a kind of metallic look to it, if you will. So I'll swatch it right there. So that's the pencil I just put in the waterline right there, the little blue speck that you see when it focuses fine. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, so that's what I put on my waterline. Let's back it on up now. I'm talking about my thoughts on both these palettes and which one I prefer. So I think both of them did an excellent job, and I feel like both of them have actually really similar shades to them. But if I had to pick one, I think I would go with my Adept Cosmetics, just because I'm liking this more metallic look to the lid. Y'all gotta remember, like, you know, as you get up there in years, your lids are getting wrinkly. So, you know, like, this sparkly, glittery extraness is cute. But I feel like it's one I'd want to put on top of a more metallic one like this. And it's still looking pretty metallic and nice. They both look pretty similar. It's just, I like the way all of this blends together a little bit better than Yolondo's, just because it has a little bit more of a glittery effect. So I'm gonna go with the Adept one, but that doesn't mean this one's bad. Like, honey, like, if I didn't have my Adept one, if I lost my Adept one and I just had this one, I would be fine. So let's not take that away from it at all. It's just, when it comes to preference, I like the fact that it's smooth and metallic and looks nice on the lid and everything blended together well, which I feel like I had to do a little bit more work with the Plain and Makeup by Yolanda one. And since they're both around the same price, I think they're both like in the $60 range, because I'm pretty sure this one is 60 bucks. I'd rather just use the Adept one because I know it's going to go in a little bit smoother, a little bit more easily. And since I'm paying the same price anyway, you know, I feel like it's fine. So I prefer the Adept one. You can comment down below and tell me which eye you like better though. I'm living for the Plain Makeup by Yolanda mattes though. Like, those are definitely giving. I don't care. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Comment down below and tell me which eye you prefer, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.